Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, look at how to create table of contents. So in table of contents, if you are to create it, you first need something like a report that will contain the cover page, then that section for declaration, dedication, approval, then that part where chapter 1 begins from up to down there. So let me take an example, like I have this document here. So the first step in creating table of contents, you have to first know how to make pages, to create pages on your document. So how do you create pages on document? You start by doing what they call page breaks or breaks. So you go to layout, create page break to separate the first page from the next one. You want it to have different numbering in them. So here I would have already created a page break, and I go to here also, I create a page break. Chapter 1 here, I put a cursor behind chapter 1. I go here, next page. You can even take a look if you already have your page breaks. You can check it if they do exist. Back to home, come to this. You realize that now we have a page break here and also a page break here. So now, after that, I bring back my cursor here. I go to insert, page number. Here, choose the format in which you want it to be, whether to appear at the bottom, to be at the bottom or at the top, but majorly it's nice always for your pages to be on the bottom. So the bottom, then you choose the format of the bottom that you want. If you want it like that, you put that one. So page number, then you first go to, you first remove this from here. So I come to page number, format pages. You want it to start from Roman numerals. So you choose Roman numerals here, start from 1. Okay. So now when you go back here, you realize that Roman numeral 1 is already here. Roman numeral 2 is also here. 3 also should be there by default. There. Now chapter 1 also you wanted to have a different number. Remember we had created a page break to separate chapter 1 also from the others. You want this one to be bearing numbers, format page numbers from 1 up to where you want. So it will form several pages depending on the ones you want. So you would have already got from this page 1, page 2. However, there is a tendency for this thing sometimes to also number itself on the cover page. So how do you remove this? You click here, then you go to layout. There's this smaller arrow here. You go there, then layout, different first page, different first pages here. You want first page to be different, so it goes off. So now, how do you go about creating table of contents? You go, anything that is bearing this kind of heading, I'm going to call it under heading 1. I modify this, I put it in black, Times New Romans. The font I maintain at 14. I want to center this, automatically update new document based on this template. Okay. So even this, I want to call this heading 1. Okay. Heading 1. Then chapter 1 also I call it heading 1. Then introduction, I want to call this heading 2. I modify it. Modifying means that you want to put one command, then you just keep on clicking on all of them. So you just modify and put the command that you wish for it to be bearing. Black, New Times Roman, maybe you want to change the font size to 12. You put, should you want to be on the left, right, justify, something like that. Okay, automatically update. So new document based on this template. Heading 1. So this literature review is under heading 1. This one is under heading 2. This one is under heading 2. So you just keep repeating the same thing depending on how many subtopics or subheadings that you have. So you keep on clicking on the one that you have put. Okay, that is it. So now you go back and you put your table of contents. Table of contents always come just immediately. It comes just before chapter 1. Just before chapter 1, put your table of contents. Meaning, I'll put my table of contents on this other page. So my table of contents will be on this page. I go to references, table of contents here. Now this is my table of contents. I improve this home. I want them to be in uppercase, bold, Times New Romans, font 14, color should be black, center line. Okay, this is my updated table of contents. You will realize that now when you go and check on the word like let's say dedication by default here it is on page 3, but when you go and check on your table of contents, dedication should be also on page 3. So it is here, it's only my dedication 3. That's the advantage of table of contents. It takes you direct to where that particular component you want is. That is about table of contents, how to create. What if someone says, I forgot to add something, let's say 1.2. And I say education is not for the weak. Like it takes courage. So that's what I've added. If this is what I've added, if this is what I have added and I want it to appear as a table of contents, you mark it and put it under heading 2. So now when you go back and update your table of contents, when you update this table of contents, you'll find that you update page number only, mean that you're updating only that particular page. But when you go to something like update the entire table, it updates everything. So now the other part where I just include that education is not for the weak also comes in your table of contents. Here. Yeah, education is not for the weak. It also comes automatically. So everything that you keep adding in this table of contents that's created automatically, everything comes and is well captured. So thank you very much for listening. Stay tuned for other coming videos.